This is Dr. Sam Benjamin, and some of you may have listened in to a podcast or listened to my show live this last weekend when I was talking about the Institute of Regenerative Medicine at Wayne Forest University, and for that matter, where regenerative medicine is going. And I want to be very brief right now, and I don't have the advantage of fancy videos like maybe Sanjay Gupta would have or staff. I just want to tell you what's going on because I think it's really important that you know about it. There were 4 women that apparently were linked into the Wake Forest University Medical Center program. These were women with vaginal dysplasia. They had no vagina. They had vulva. They had the outside of a vagina, but nothing inside. They couldn't bear children. They couldn't enjoy some of the physical pleasures that are associated with intimacy in an intimate human relationship. And then here's what they did at the medical school. It's incredible. And I want you to understand how remarkable this really is. They imaged the pelvis, the lower part of where the genitals are, the pelvis of the women, so that they had an idea exactly of what the size of the vagina would be, were they to have had one naturally, and how it would look and its shape and so on. They then took those images and worked with a 3-dimensional copy machine, a 3D copier, to create a matrix or a lattice work upon which they could grow cells to create a vagina, and that's exactly what they did. They took cells, stem cells, from the vulva, from the outside of each woman, and they created for that woman from their own cells, they created stem cells. They got the stem cells, but they were able to put this on this matrix, this outline, and to actually create a vagina specific to that woman. A vagina specific to that woman. And they implanted that vagina, and it functions in all of the women with appropriate sensory, the feelings, with the lubrication, and the ability to bear children. This is extraordinary. And, you know, they're growing noses now and ears, and the expense is coming down dramatically, even in a short period of time, so that these things will be attainable to people who have had surgery or accidents. They have not yet been able to, of course, regenerate organs like the heart or the kidneys. But it's coming up, folks. And the whole world of robotics, of genetics, and of this regenerative medicine, they're kind of crisscrossing each other, coming to a point where there's going to be an intersection where we are going to be able to do extraordinary things that we already are. We gave these 4 young women a life in terms of their ability to act like women, to feel like women, and I hope, please God, to have children. So I want you to think about where this is going, because this isn't tomorrow. This is today. It's happening right now. That's what's really important. You need to understand the speed at which this is happening, thanks to computers, and the extraordinary possibilities. There are potentially some real dangers as well. Can we create armies? Can we create killers? A lot of issues with regard to ethics, with regard to who governs, what happens and what doesn't happen. But the possibilities for improving human life they're extraordinary. This is Dr. Sam Benjamin.